Good morning. Coming on, gonna do part 5. Hopefully it goes through. I'm having the hardest time. Seems like somebody out there wants me to keep my mouth shut. This awakened earth angel don't play that way. I say what I want because I'm divinely guided and protected. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. Facts. Anyways, I left off in part 4 that I was in the 7th grade um, and I grew up I went to Cass Park Junior High in Chula Vista, California. There was a lot of gang activity, and one of the a gal, she was like a gang leader and very intimidating. And she, in gym class, and it was totally unprovoked. I didn't have to do anything. And she came at me and she slapped me really hard across the face. I was so humiliated. And walking out to go to gym class, the gym teacher, she pulled me aside, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, no." She goes, "Why don't you go to the office and talk to them?" Went to the office, and my mom came to the school. It was this big thing, and my mom pressed charges. She pressed charges, and I was thinking, "Fuck, Mom, you just wrote my death warrant." So this gal was arrested. I never saw her again, thank God. But my mom changed my school. I then went to Hilltop Elementary or Junior High, and it was there that I learned how marijuana was a really good way. Was a really good way to numb the pain, to make it not hurt so bad. And the thing about me is with addiction is when I like something, I fucking love it. Can't get enough. So real fast, I went from smoking it to smoking daily throughout the day. And then, I was introduced to amphetamines. I've always had a weight problem. I've always been a bigger gal, even as a kid. And that turned out to be an addiction because eating also filled that void when I was sad and having a hard time. So I started doing amphetamines and then crystal meth. And when I was 16, my parents sent me to a counselor because they thought, "Oh, Mel's depressed. She's anxious." And I was just strung out, doing anything to fill that void inside. I had this huge heart, didn't know what love was. And so I started doing drugs and drinking. It turned out to be just like my father, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, or Ms. Hyde, because I came alive when I was really drunk. I'd black out and pass out at the age of 14, 15 years old. So my and I know God was by my side my whole life. He was by my side, and angels, and I had divine protection. I didn't know it then, but man, they saved my house so many times. I remember a friend of mine, my best friend at the time, she was passed out in the front seat of the car, and her boyfriend thought it would be a great idea to hit on me and to try and make me do things. And I was so drunk. And then I got out of that and ran off. And the friends, probably about 8, 9, 10 friends of his, who I thought were my friends too, but turned out everybody was just out to get a piece of Melinda that night. And they found me. I was face down in the sand, drunk, and they helped me and took me to the back of their truck, and laid me down. And I was so drunk that I had no strength, and they just kept grabbing me, laughing, and I felt so humiliated, and I was scared. I was scared because, you know, that movie that Jodie Foster did years ago, where she was raped in a bar. That was when I saw that movie. It was very triggering. But my angels said, no way, you're not going to get baby girl. And a car pulled up, and these friends just scattered. And so it was a crazy night. Or went with my sister's boyfriend's sister, drinking homemade tequila from mezcal from Tijuana, and it tasted good. I liked it, and then all of a sudden it hit me, and I just took off. They found me lying in the grass, laughing and crying, and they put me in the back of this car, and this guy came back there. He must have been in his 30s. I was just 16, 15 or 16. And he commenced to just go at it. It hurt so bad down there that I remember unzipping my little jacket, which I had nothing on underneath, so he could get the focus off of hurting me. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the police pulled up, and this guy got out of the car so fast. And I remember when the police shined the light, I threw up on the floor of this car. But nobody was there for me. They knew what was going on, and instead of standing up for me, because I was in no condition to stand up for myself, the only ones who saved me that night was angels. I know it now. So different stuff like this happened all the time. So and I didn't slow down doing drugs or drinking, and I was went home one afternoon, and this counselor had suggested to my parents that I needed to be hospitalized because I had mental issues, and they were concerned about me. And I remember just going, no, I'm fine. Leave me alone. And I even called my sister Diana, and I said, Di, and she's like, Melinda, this is the best thing for you. We're going to get you help. And then I just freaked. I thought, oh my God, the men in white suits and the butterfly net are going to come get me and take me. And so I just said, okay, I'll go. I'm going to go on to part 6. And so I'm going to stop right here. Thanks for letting me share. Have a good day, and I'll see you at part 6. Thank you.